Why are you here? Do you want to get into adult coloring books like me? Oh my. Warning! I started out with like 8 colored pens and 2 coloring books. Actually, just 1. But I started out with just that, and now I have so much stuff that it has become part of my shopping addiction or collecting addiction, that I'll just buy and buy even though I'm not able to do everything, like color everything and use everything. Hello everyone, for today we are discussing my coloring addiction, adult coloring book addiction. Well, a friend of mine suggested that I post some of my art. I don't know what she was referring to except for this, because I think this is the only kind of art that I do. So I will be sharing with you my coloring books, coloring materials, and maybe some tips. Okay, so let's get started. Let's start off with my coloring pens. What started out with 8 pieces is now a multi-layered container. So what did I do? What did I buy? Okay, this first layer are basically felt tip pentel pens. This has 2 ends. One is thick, one is thin. There and there. Oh, also I have the coloring pens here, ball pens here. Next layer is glitter. Oh my god, these are cute, awesome glitter pens. Yeah, I had a glitter face there, all glitter. And I also got this. It's glue, because sometimes like I don't have that color and I just want to put glitter on it. So I found this clear glitter glue that I sometimes apply on my work. Next are the neon gel pens. Yeah. As you can see, I also included some stabilos, markers. Yeah. And then next are the metals. So metals are the golds, silver. I was first addicted to these, but then when I compared it to the glitter, these didn't seem as vibrant and colorful anymore. And then the usual gel pens in different colors. But wait, did you see these? These are paint brushes that have water inside, and I got these a couple of years ago, but only started using them like last year because I wanted a different style or technique for coloring. Oh yeah, I still have this other pack of gel pens. Oh god, there's a lot there. These are so cute. They are a mix of gel and glitter pens. And they're scented. Oh my god, they're scented. And I don't use them as often as the ones in my case because they're so thin. Like I'll finish one of these in just one session. So okay, so we moved back to the watercolor. When I was in college, that was the only time I learned how to use watercolor, wherein no, not really learned, or I started using watercolor, but I can really attest that, oh my god, if you saw my plates in school, they were hella ugly.
But now I've learned.
Sort of learned how to use watercolor already, so I'm really excited to use it every so often. And this, if you can believe, this Prang watercolor set is the one I used when I was in college a lot of years ago. I gave this to my son that unfortunately didn't take up the art hobby and got it back from him.
Yeah, in Denver.
And then started using it again when I started using watercolor for my adult coloring books. Used to be, I could get refills, just one, like per color at National Bookstore, but they don't have that anymore. So I got a new palette. It's also Prang. Comes in a different packaging, but yeah, it's the same formula. So I love it. I also got a cheap watercolor set for some colors that I don't have there. It does the same job for washed out coloring, but when I want it to be thick or opaque, Prang is the way to go. And then this, oh my god, oil pastel pencils. I've been wanting this since I was in college because I saw a classmate who would render her plates using these, and I loved how vibrant it was. And she even promised to teach me how to use it, but we never got to doing that because yeah, just no time, and I didn't have this set. Now that I do have it, I haven't.
I never used it.
So, oh my god. I'm going to give some tips if you want to get into this hobby so that you won't make the same mistakes. No, not really mistakes. Like, you won't buy as much things as I did, okay? But before we go to that, I'll show you some of my coloring books. Okay, these two are the same format. They are actually foldable pieces of cards. So you can use them as greeting cards and put your dedication inside. It has a perforation so that you can easily tear off the pages. And then next, these ones. Yeah, these are stickers! Yay! See, you can color them and use them to label gifts or just put in your scrapbook. Oh my god, they're so cute. See? Next, this is a New York coloring for mindfulness. Now, to some people, these may look all the same, but to me they are different. Like, it will depend on what mood I'm in. Like, do I feel like using gel pens? Do I feel like using watercolor? Or do I feel like using my brand new oil pastel pencils? And what kind of strokes do I feel like doing today? Is it like long, thin strokes, or I just want to go crazy? Like, I really want to be stress-free and not think about things. So that's why that has become one of my criteria whenever I buy coloring books. Like, for example, these ones. These small ones, even the stickers. I got these because sometimes I wanted to color, but it takes a lot of time, really. Like, especially the big ones, the big detailed ones, it takes a lot of time. So these are for like instant gratification purposes. Like, the stickers will take like just a couple of minutes, then you're done. Like, it's just one small piece and then you're done. This I didn't like so much because it's so simple. Yeah, mid-century modern animals. At first I thought I would love it,
but I didn't. Yeah, so
also, another tip, like, I like getting those with perforations because I like ripping off the pages whenever I'm working on a drawing. And then I also like framing them and gifting them to friends and family. So it has become one of the criteria whenever I buy coloring books. Fabulous beasts. Cute. There. It's also nice, like, as kids, we were used to having like white backgrounds for our coloring books. But if you want to hang it as a painting or artwork, it's better if it has like a dark background, like this. It looks more legit. It wouldn't look unfinished. Yeah. And this is my first ever adult coloring book. It's by Millie Marotta. I went into the coloring book craze like a couple of months after it first started because the usual me, I don't like going with the flow. But when I saw this coloring book, I got hooked. There. So Why did I start off with gel pens? Because number one, the colors are so vibrant. I love it. And it doesn't look realistic. So some kind of a modern or pop art. And then this has very thin, as you can see, thin details. Like it's gonna be a little hard going into those lines with watercolor, like for me. And then after a while, I got another Mili Marotta coloring book, this one. And then of course, letters. Yeah, these are really nice because yeah, you can peel them off, and the paper is, it's not paper, it's cardboard. Yeah, it's stiff cardboard. Yeah, this one also, yeah, it has proverbs. Proverb, is that correct? If you notice, I don't have any finished works here because yeah, I do tear them off and keep them all in one envelope. And then this, animals again. Oh my, this is so cool. You know, when you shop for and hunt for like one specific item or collect them, you get to like discover different kinds of it. It started with a Mili Marotta. The art itself was kind of different from like the coloring books I grew up on. And then there's the sticker, there's the greeting card, and then here are masks. Oh like look, it's so cool. I've been wanting to go to a masquerade party just so I can wear one of these. Body Ink Envy and the tattoo coloring book. These coloring books I love to color, whether using pens or watercolor. For some reason, yeah. For some reason, they have become my favorites. Comment down below your favorite adult coloring book. Oh my god, there's a lot of unfinished work here. Yeah. Art masterpieces to color. So I am a true fan of the classics, and I got this and plan on using watercolor for everything, but the paper is too thin and it would, yeah, like I tried this one and I almost wrecked the paper. I love doing wash. And I don't know, another one of my tattoo coloring books that I love. Yeah. Just reminds me of college because we used to make architectural drawings and render it. These two became some of my favorite coloring books before because it had thick paper and had bigger dimensions, and the colored background, as I mentioned earlier. This one, paint by sticker. This is so cool. Like, it became like a palette cleanser. Like those are all the paintings by the masters that are featured here. I finished everything already, so there's none left. Oh no, I haven't. This is really for watercolor. Like I love Egyptian culture and history, so I got this. This was really meant to be for watercolor, but since this pattern has tiny details, I tried using my gel pens on it, but it would clog the nibs of my pens, so I didn't finish it. Okay, there. The paper is really for watercolor. So I'm looking forward to doing these when I have the time. These two are also nice. They're poster size. Yeah. And also made of thick cardboard. Oh, what's that? Oh yeah, there. Not finished. So when my stuff aren't finished, they do not go into the envelope yet. And there's Star Wars, yeah. Okay, so I bought this more for my husband than me because since the drawings are kind of realistic, I would love to do this. I would love to do this with the actual colors. This one actually looks like a traditional coloring book. So what are my basic tips? Okay, before you buy anything, know what you really want. Do you want vibrant colors? Do you want to do it in a minute, like finish in like half a day? Or you're willing to wait for a couple of days before you finish one page, one art project? It's best if you test it. Test it first. Find a friend who's already into it and try it out before getting anything, just to get a feel of it. If you're going to love it or you're going to get bored after a while, or which is best for you. Like, is it pens? Is it watercolor? Is it colored pencils? Look around. What do you like? What do you love to see? Like, you love vibrant colors, or are you into the more detailed and soft tones? Are you into that? Or do you just want to make something once and then it's done? Or you just want to turn it into a project, like you just need a couple of posters or wall prints on the wall that you'd like to be DIY'd? It will really depend on you and your purpose. Me, I really wanted to try it out because, okay, it's a stress buster, they say. But when I really got into it, oh my God, the OC and artist in me was getting stressed. Yeah, like, oh my God, the colors aren't perfect. It's not as nice. The strokes, I can see the strokes of the pens, the lines and whatever. Like the paper is getting crumpled. Like, oh my God, I'm getting so stressed. So this is what I do. Like some of the coloring books I have, or some specific pages, are meant for really relieving stress. Like, I don't want to think, I just want to do like color or whatever. And the others are reserved for occasions when I really want to feel artistic, like produce a presentable piece of art. Yeah, so it will really depend on you. And then for purchasing also, you may want to look around first, and if you can, wait for sales. First few stuff I got were from Fully Booked, and we all know that it's more expensive there. Although sometimes they have the best quality books, yes. But after a while, like, I already knew everything they had, and I just had to look around more, like to different branches of National Bookstore, and then I noticed Book Sale had them too, and they were like hella cheaper, like 50% cheaper, and the books weren't common. Like sometimes Fully Booked and National Bookstore would have the same selection, but in Book Sale, Book Sale is where I got the masks from, and the Fabulous Beasts coloring book, if you remember, that's where I got it from. So it's very unique and not as pricey. And of course, yeah, the big bad wolf sale, like, oh my God. But by the time they got here, I was already like, no, I'm not gonna buy anymore. I need to color the ones I have first. No. So those are really nice places to go for. And also with pens. With pens, I love the Dong-A. I love the Dong-A brand because I really get to finish a pen. Like you'll see, the ink is done, and that's the only time it will stop coloring. Yeah, it will never fail you. Watercolor, Prang, of course. I'm still a Prang fan forever. And yeah, oh yeah, I remember how I got into watercolor again. Aside from the watered brush, whatever you call it, watered brush, I started using my watercolor pencils. And then, wait, I think I have a brush somewhere, and then I used it, and then, oh, that's when I realized, oh yeah, there are some effects that I cannot achieve with pens. So that's why I decided to venture into watercolor again. So I just remembered because I saw there, I saw my colored pencil. All the time we have for today, and if you haven't yet, do subscribe, hit the like button and the notifications bell button to know every time I upload a new video. See you again soon. Bye!